What's up everyone, welcome to the next video from the ambulance conversion. I'm super excited because today I'm building my interior, but before I'm gonna start doing that, I'm gonna show you what changed since you last seen this ambulance. Let me walk you through what I did in the past 2 weeks. The most important thing is that I removed all the wires from the ambulance and I left only the wires that I need. I also removed some of the outside cabinets of the ambulance. As you can see, this one's cut in half, this one's cut in half also, and this one's totally gone. I did that because of the idea of the interior that I have. If you ever decide to transform an old ambulance into a camper and you would like to rip out the whole interior and you're not sure how to do certain things, don't worry. There's a bunch of groups on Facebook. The groups are full of people that are willing to help you and guide you through certain steps if you're not sure how to do it. But be ready. This is not an easy task. If you're trying to get out everything from the ambulance, including the flooring, wires, and all the cabinetry, it takes time. It took me about 40 to 45 hours working on the interior and prepping it for my personal build. And honestly, the worst part of the demo was getting out the floor. As you can see, all of this, those are marks from the adhesive that the floor was glued into. And you would ask why I removed the original floor from the ambulance. Right here, where was the bench for the passengers, and right there by the entrance, the floor was simply rotted, and here it was just soaked in with urine, and it was just smelling really bad. So I had to remove it, and I'm gonna put in a clean brand new floor. And that's the plan for today's video. I'm gonna put in a brand new floor, insulate the ceiling, put the ceiling in, ceiling lights, and also the roof vent. I have the roof vent ready. I got everything pretty much measured and marked, and also I have 6 spotlights. I was thinking about 8, but honestly I've plugged those in and they give so much light that I think 6 plus a LED strip here in this ambulance is going to be enough. Another thing you might have noticed, those blue lines on the floor, that's kind of an estimate plan where everything's going to be in this ambulance. Obviously I'm building a bed in the back, and this is going to be a side of the kitchen and other stuff, but I marked it so I can know where to put my ceiling lights and the roof vent. And the last thing I wanted to show you is on the outside. As you can see, I mounted my off-road lights on the roof rack, and I also mounted some lights in a brand new bumper. As you can see, I did some cutouts in the original Ford bumper. I mounted some amber lights, and there's also a light bar hidden here in the bumper. I think the overall look of this vehicle changed a lot, especially after removing the chrome bumper and putting a matte black. I think it looks really good. Let me know what you think about it. But before I'm gonna start doing anything, I gotta go shopping and get all the materials to build this interior. And if you're wondering how much that costs, honestly, I don't know. The prices change every day, so we'll see at the end what's gonna be the final cost of building this off-grid ambulance. What are you doing?
I'm putting Cheetos in my pocket.
Okay, that's necessary for construction, right? Yeah?
You gotta have a snack to keep your energy levels up.
So we got some basic materials. I'll show you what we're starting with. So for the ceiling insulation, I decided to get this styrofoam. We're gonna cut it in strips and place it between the beams on the roof, and I think this should work perfectly. This is a very lightweight insulation, so we're not adding too much weight to this project. So the thickness of those beams is exactly 2 inches, but this styrofoam isn't, so I decided just to connect 2 different ones. Those 2 give me exactly 2 inches, and this is gonna fill up the whole roof. I decided to get this because, first of all, this was way cheaper. Second of all, the pink foam that people usually use is way heavier than this styrofoam. That's why I decided to use this. I was also trying to get some boards to start working on the floor, but the building materials at Home Depot were such trash. I don't know who's buying that and why they're even putting it up, but all of the boards were chipped, missing pieces. If you would put them towards the light, you could see that they're see-through because they're missing like the material inside. It's just crazy. The building materials at that store are terrible. I'm pretty sure that there's something wrong with the idea I had to insulate the ceiling with this styrofoam, actually 2 layers of it, but that's what I did in my previous camper van and it worked out. The roof never was hot during hot days and it would never be cold in the winter camping days. So I'm just repeating what I did in my previous camper van. It worked out, so I'm doing pretty much the same thing here.
223.5.
I'm double checking.
The width of the ambulance is not going to change.
How do you know?
Oh my god.
You never know. So we're done with the insulation of the roof. That's how it looks. I kind of like it. Looks really good. Took us about 2.5 hours to cut everything and glue it to the ceiling. Now, next step, cut out a roof vent somewhere here. And it's always super stressful when you're about to cut out a big hole in your ceiling. As you can see, I marked it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut into this support beam in the roof. But as you can see, it's connected here and here to the next one. So I think this should be okay. I just have to remember to not step anywhere around this door when I'm gonna be walking on the roof. And as you can see, the weather is not helping. Winter is coming and it's coming very fast, so I'm trying to finish the things that I have to do on the roof as soon as possible so I can close the interior and start building my furniture. Nice. That was easy. Woo. So officially the roof vent is in. The last thing to do is just to peel off this protective film and it's done. I just finished cutting the last piece of my ceiling. As you can see, this is the cutout for the light and this is the cutout for the roof vent. And let me show you what I did so far. 3 of the 4 elements of the ceilings are already mounted. I got 3 lights in, they're already plugged in. I'm missing 3 lights and the last piece that I just showed you. I'm gonna have to wait to install it. My friend's gonna help me to hold it in place and I'm gonna screw it in, plug in all the lights, and then I'm gonna start building my floor. I just got done with the floor and the ceiling, got all of my lights plugged in and also the roof vent. I did like a simple electrical installation just to have it plugged in and to check if everything works. And now I'm gonna do the last step for today's video, which is cutting out holes and mounting the brand new windows. I bought these windows on Amazon. If you're looking for windows for your RV or a camper van, I'll leave the link in the description. You can go check it out. They're not the best quality, to be honest. They're like a 8 out of 10. There's some glue sticking out here and there. Sometimes the trims are not matching. There's like a little gap between them, but overall for the price It seems to be a pretty good product. It comes already with a seal, so you don't have to use any sealant if you don't want to. And it comes also with a trim piece that you can mount inside of your camper van, which is a pretty cool thing. And today I'm gonna be mounting those windows. They also come in different sizes, so you can find there pretty much anything you're looking for. I picked this size because, as you can see, the window in my door, it's already pretty big, so I figured out that a window this size is going to be just perfect for the back part of this ambulance. So to be able to mount those windows, I'm gonna have to cut into this frame. I'm gonna have to cut out this beam here and this one here, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to cut into this one. Maybe not the whole thing, but I might just cut out half of it, which is gonna be kind of annoying, but it's gonna take some time and eventually it's gonna look pretty cool. And honestly, cutting into those aluminum beams isn't easy. When I was cutting out the hole for the roof vent, it took some time. I had to use the angle grinder and a jigsaw to get through it. They're pretty thick, they're 2 inches, and the aluminum on the outside of the ambulance is like a 1/8 of an inch, I think. I also told you that I started building my electrical installation, and this is the cabinet on the passenger side of the vehicle. And right here on the bottom I have 4 lithium batteries, and the cables are going up here through this cabinet, and that's where everything's gonna be. This is just temporary so I can have light and the fan inside, but I'm gonna change everything here and, you know, rearrange it to fit a big inverter, the solar charge controller, and everything right here in this cabinet. Okay, so I got the first window in. It wasn't easy. The worst part was probably cutting out the aluminum frame inside. And then I wish those windows would be sold with like a stencil that you can just put it towards the wall, draw around it, and cut it out, because I had to fix my cutout probably 10 times because I did it a hole that was just too small and I had to adjust it a few times. But now it fits. I'm gonna put some sealant, I'm gonna do the finish inside, and that's how the window is gonna look. And the second window is gonna be on the other side of the ambulance where the kitchen counter is gonna be. This is looking pretty crazy right now. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna be able to do it because cutting that aluminum frame was extremely hard, but we made it. So now I have to put the window in, put some sealant in, push it in, probably tape it from the outside so it stays in one place, and then start finishing this side to put the finish frame on the inside of the ambulance. And then I'm gonna start cutting the second window on the other side of the ambulance. So I think that's it for today's video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.